Good morning, Rio Salado student, and welcome to COM 225 Public Speaking. I know many of you have probably waited to take this class until the very last semester because you really don't like public speaking, and that's fair. Surveys have actually shown that public speaking is the #1 fear of Americans before even death. So one of Jerry Seinfeld's famous bits talks about how if you're at a funeral, you'd rather be the corpse than you would be the person giving the eulogy. And I understand that you're going to have some nerves. In this class, this online class, you will have to give public speeches. It's not something we cannot do, but you do get to pick your audience. So instead of standing in front of a class of strangers that you might never see again, in this course you need to stand in front of an audience of 3. And those 3 students or family members or co-workers or librarians or whomever you choose are your choosing. So you get to decide who your audience is, and hopefully they will be supportive and will help you through this process. Please make sure that you do need to have an audience of 3 for several of the speeches in this class, and that they need to be seen in front of you on video. So if you don't have 3 people willing to serve as your audience members for this class, you might want to take this class at a different time when you are able to find those 3 audience members. I do want to give you a story about public speaking and a couple of tips about public speaking moving forward. You will be giving a speech in this lesson in lesson 1, but you won't have to have an audience, and it is just going to be introducing yourself to the class. So first, whatever happens, whatever or losing your place happens, please know that it's not going to be that big of a deal or anything that nobody's seen before. We are so used to people speaking and using nonverbal fillers and maybe swaying or grasping their hands, and you are going to be way more conscious of it than anybody else is. When I first started teaching, I was teaching a course at Texas A&M University, and one of my students was swaying while he was delivering his speech, and he got off balance somehow, and he went backwards and he hit the back of his head. We still had chalkboards at the time on it was a whiteboard, on the whiteboard holder, the little metal thing that held the pens, and it actually knocked him unconscious for a few seconds, not long, but enough that it was scary. So that's not going to happen. So if you lose your place, it's fine. You're not unconscious. It's okay. And certainly I've seen everything. So I want you to feel comfortable in this class and be okay to make mistakes and to learn, because that's how we learn. And hopefully your audience is there to support you and guide you and give you feedback to help you learn as well. As you're moving through this class and working through these speeches, I'll give you tips throughout the course. But for today, the only thing I want you to know is the more prepared you are, the more you're comfortable with your speech, the better you're going to feel, the less nerves you have. If you know what you're going to say, you're not going to be as nervous than if you're winging it. Also, you can feel more comfortable by practicing in front of a mirror, so you can see yourself performing by giving your speech to others and getting feedback. You can also visualize yourself giving a good speech, which would help you to understand what it would look like, an effective speech would look like, knowing your own strengths and weaknesses and focusing on them. And then honestly, just knowing that nerves actually makes your speech better. If you don't have nerves, then you don't have as much vocal variance, you don't have as much comments that are off the cuff, that are natural and spontaneous. So a healthy amount of nerves is okay. It's okay to be nervous, because that will help you to bring that energy and vocal variance to your speech. Please know that I'm here to help you to succeed in this course. I check my email several times a day, so I'll get back with you quickly. If you have a preference as to how you get your feedback, if you prefer written feedback, verbal feedback, or video feedback, please let me know, and I will make sure to provide you the feedback of your choice of how you learn the best, because I want you to succeed. I know this class can be scary, but it also is something that is really helpful for our lives, because written and oral presentation skills are the #1 job competency listed on job postings these days, and we want to make sure that our students know how to stand in front of a boardroom or wherever the decisions are being made, and can communicate effectively orally. So we're going to learn these lessons because we want to be great speakers, and great speakers are what's needed in the job force. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm here to help you succeed. Nerves are healthy. You're going to do a great job on this first speech. I'm just excited to learn more about you. Again, welcome to Public Speaking at Rio Salado College.